I just live around the corner, but
They come from all over the place, you know, and I drive 30 minutes to bring my son here. I'll drive 10 hours to bring him here.
We need this park.
Yeah,
we need this
we really
park.
do.
We need the
every church
the
needs a park
community.
like this.
It's done a good thing. It's fruitful. It's fruitful. My child has been fruitful. You guys have been an example, and it makes him to be more aware of other children, even to be teaching other children to, hey, don't say this, don't say that. So he's a role model.
John has gone through a lot of trauma in his life with his dad, and my mom has seen a tremendous change in John. The whole family has. Everybody has seen a tremendous change in John. Sometimes I would say a little naughty thing that I shouldn't say. And now if something's going to slip, John will go, Mom, the Lord is listening. And yes, John, I'm so sorry, John.
Pretty much changed everything I did. Because I come here like all the time now and I don't do anything, you know, go out in the streets and be a hoodlum or whatever.
Before I came here, I believed in God and everything, but I really didn't read the Bible. I wouldn't come to church, you know. I would just like pray to Him once in a while. But like now, like that I come here a lot, like I feel like God is like my father, because like my father lives back in Puerto Rico, and like we barely speak anymore. And like whenever I need to talk to someone, and I'm afraid to talk to my mom or my stepfather about it, I talk to God, you know. And like Mark introduced me to Splinter Cell, and that's like when I met everyone and everybody like taught me right and everything. Like Mark talked to me about God and all this, and Chris, my friend Chris, he talked to me about God. And like when my mom has problems and like with my dad or whatever's happening with her, like I talk to her how Mark and Chris would have talked to me about God and everything.
But one day he came home and he told me, Mommy, the Lord's called me to be a pastor. And that really meant a lot to me. Because I'm a Christian, and it made me feel that all this time in my life, God's given me so many blessings. And He's never left me. No matter what, He's always been there for me. To be able to give Him something back in the form of my son being a pastor and carrying on His word. And for John to tell me that someday he wants to be like Mark, that he wants to be a pastor, you know, for children, and he wants to have a church and a skate park in the back, just like the one he goes to. This place means the world to me and my family, and especially my child. I mean, it's brought him so close to God, and that means everything to me. You know, the skate park being here has meant everything in my son's life. Has changed my son from a hyper, want to run around the street kid to a child that wants to be in church all the time and loves the Lord. And it's all because of the skate park.
I like every time I see somebody here new, I just like want them to know about God, like I learn about God. It's good to come to a park that you know everyone, you know, and you're like family, and like, you know, nothing's gonna happen bad, you know. When you're out street skating, anything can happen. But when you're here, you know, you feel comfortable.
And finally, what would you guys like to say to the people that gave us money to build the skate park?
Thank you so much.
You're so nice.
You really turned our future around, except doing bad stuff. You gave us a place to go to, not to that you can just go to every day.
A good environment.
Skate and keep out of trouble.
I mean, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but the old wood we had was like turf, and like since we got the grant, whatever, you know, it's like so much better. It's like an actual professional park.
Basically, the way I feel is, if every church in the communities would have a skate park, it would take these children off the streets, off of you know, breaking things, selling drugs, being out there doing things that they shouldn't be doing, and instead they would be inside a skate park, okay, with other children that have already been coming to the church for a while. Those children become a role model to those other kids, and at the same time, you're bringing new kids to the Lord every day.
They become role models.
Yeah,
And
and those children change. You see the change. You see the change in everybody in my family. And it's all due to John having come here. What's tomorrow's world going to be like if there aren't splinter parts for our children? It keeps our kids off the streets. It brings them closer to God, closer to the Lord. And that's what we need for tomorrow for our children. Christian children, children with morals, children that'll bring their children in a godly manner, teach them morals, teach them to love the Lord, teach them to be productive citizens and not delinquents out in the street. And that's what this park has done. That's why I feel basically every church needs support.